Lebanon's former finance minister has agreed to be put forward for the country's top job. 75-year-old Mohammad Safadi is a well-known businessman and is now waiting to secure the support of leading parties in the country. Lebanon's former prime minister stepped down at the end of October after giving in to demands from the street, but Saad Hariri does remain the country's acting head until a new cabinet is formed. For more on this story, we can go across to France 24's Leila Molana-Allen in Beirut. Leila, who exactly is Mohammad Safadi?
So Mohammad Safadi is a billionaire businessman from Tripoli, a city in the north. It's a Sunni stronghold in the country. Now, he's a property tycoon, and he is being portrayed as a man who really, because he has business interests, is sort of outside of the political elites and he's stepping forward to serve in government, not for self-interest, but for the public good. This is a strategy that's been tried before in times of political discontent in Lebanon. There have been a couple of times we've had Najib Mikati, and we also had Fouad Signora. They're two of the richest men in the country who previously served. Their names had actually been floated to serve again, but that was voted down both by the serving parliament and by protesters who say they are part of the old guard. So they are representing Safadi as this kind of fresh face, but that's not entirely true. While he hasn't been prime minister before, he has served in government for over a decade. He was a finance minister, a former finance minister. Of course, they are saying that he would be a safe pair of hands with the current economic crisis. And he also served as a minister of public works and for energy and trade. Now, he made the majority of his money in Saudi Arabia and has strong links to Saudi Arabia. He previously served as a business manager for the head of the Air Force there, who is a member of the royal family. That's very similar to caretaker Prime Minister Saad Hariri, who's also very close to the Saudi government. And he has a lot of questionable business dealings, Mr. Safadi. Jabran Basir, the foreign minister today, when he announced that Safadi had accepted the nomination, said he is untainted by corruption, which is one of the main complaints of protesters about current politicians. But as I say, that's not entirely true. He's been implicated in a few things. Firstly, in 2006, he was accused of being a middleman for the Saudis in illegal arms deals with British arms trading company BAE Systems. He also is implicated in some dealings in Lebanon, in Zaytuna Bay, which is a luxury marina area. And that's actually a business partnership with Saad Hariri's family. And the implication that activists are making, they say that he stole the land because he used his political position, his influence, to buy that land at rock-bottom prices and to resell it, to rent it out at escalated prices to make his fortune. So he's very unpopular with activists for those reasons.
And Leila, how has news of this technical appointment, if you will, been received out on the street?
It's been very, very unfavourable. This news dropped yesterday just before midnight. It was actually leaked by local media after a meeting and wasn't confirmed until today. But immediately when the news came out, people out on the streets at Mr. Safadi's residence in Beirut and his residence in Tripoli, calling him a thief. As I say, they accuse him of stealing public land for his own good. That is their claim. And other people all across the country saying this was an unacceptable appointment. And people absolutely furious, some hardened activists saying, what else did we expect? Of course they're going to nominate the same kind of person. But a lot of people really quite incredulous that the parliament seems to feel that the solution to having Saad Hariri, who is a billionaire from a Sunni stronghold, who is backed by and aligned with the Saudis, replaced by a billionaire from a Sunni stronghold who is aligned with the Saudis, Mr. Safadi, somebody almost exactly the same, both of whom have served in government for over a decade and very strong relations. People incredulous that they could think this was the solution. One protester said to me yesterday, are they completely disconnected from reality? A popular video that went out last night on social media showed a protester coming home, taking off his flag and saying, done with protesting for the day. They then tell him that Safadi has been nominated and he sighs, rolls his eyes, puts back on the flag and walks out again. So everybody taking to the streets immediately saying this is just another reason for us to protest again. We do not accept it.
Leila, thank you very much for that update. Leila Molana-Allen reporting there from Beirut for us.